The number of dogs living in a particular city varies directly with the human population of the city. 20 years ago, the human population was 250,000, and there were 12,000 dogs. Now, the population is 430,000. What is the expected number of dogs? This situation demonstrates something called a direct variation. This corresponds to a linear relationship for which the graph passes through the origin. As an example, consider the equation y equals 2x. We can graph this equation by simply making a table of values. If x is 0, then y is 0. If x is 1, y is 2. If x is 2, y is 4. If x is 3, y is 6. If x is negative 1, y is negative 2. If x is negative 2, y is negative 4. And when x is negative 3, y is negative 6. Plotting these points on the grid provided, 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, negative 1, negative 2, negative 2, negative 4, and negative 3, negative 6. Note that we can connect these with a straight line. The straight line goes through the origin. Note that the ratios of the variables for a direct variation are constant. What this means is that as the x value doubles, the y value also doubles. To solve a problem that involves a direct variation, we can either set up equivalent ratios and then solve for the unknown by cross-multiplying, or we can calculate the proportionality constant that relates the variables to each other. This proportionality constant corresponds to the slope or steepness of the graph. We can then use the proportionality constant to solve for the unknown. For this question, we know that the number of dogs divided by the number of humans must be a constant. 20 years ago, we can say 12,000 dogs divided by 250,000 humans must be equal to what we have now, x dogs divided by 430,000 people. We now have two equivalent fractions. We can cross-multiply and solve for x. 250,000 times x equals 12,000 times 430,000. Dividing both sides by 250,000, we end up with x equals 20,640 dogs. We can also solve this by finding the proportionality constant and then solving for the unknown. We have y equals mx. In this case, the y corresponds to the number of dogs, and the x corresponds to the number of humans. We can use the information from 20 years ago to calculate the m, the proportionality constant. M equals y over x, which is equal to 12,000 divided by 250,000, giving 0.048 for the proportionality constant. We can then use that proportionality constant, y equals 0.048x, and substitute 430,000 as the new present human population. This gives us the same result for y of 20,640 dogs.